Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, Paul. How are you?
This is one of my favorite spots on Broadway and in New York City.
Mine too.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. 10 Tony nominations for this little show. You know, I actually stood in this spot the first week of September with Mr. Darren Criss, your leading man and producer. And at that point in time, it was a hard maybe. It was like, it really kind of was. It was like, what is this show? What are we doing here? How does it feel now versus then?
It's been amazing. I mean, I think we had the sort of like peril and joy of opening in the fall, and especially with a show that no one knew anything about, with a strange title and a kind of odd premise. But it's been incredible to watch audiences just become more and more enthralled with it, and to see people like our fans, and the word of mouth has been what has made this thing come alive. And so it's just the most exciting thing I've been a part of.
I said to a bunch of people before this started that, like, if this show can't work, our industry has a problem. We've got a big problem because it's so good.
Yeah.
I'm biased,
Right.
but like, let's just even talk about the script and the score and the story.
Yeah.
It's like, it's beautiful, it's original, it's smart, it
It's
makes you feel
life-affirming.
things, it's life affirming. If we can't make this thing work, we're in this business as, you know.
So there is hope. There is hope.
There is hope. We found
Yeah.
out. So you're nominated for 10 Tony Awards. You're both individually nominated for directing and set design. You're also producers. You're not nominated for Best Front of House, but I think it deserves one because I really like this front of house. It's really pretty. First of all, let's start with the Belasco. Have you ever worked in this theater before?
No, neither
it's
of
our
us
first
have.
time.
Yeah.
I've always dreamed
I
of it.
loved this, yeah. And we had a like lit candle about this theater for this
yeah?
show for a long time.
Why is
Yeah.
that?
David Belasco, who built this theater and used to live upstairs, was a director and a designer, and
New York.
And he loved technical advancement, and he loved special effects, and he loved coup de théâtre, and so we knew that this show wanted to be that, and so it spiritually seemed like the place we wanted to be.
And also, this theater is famously haunted, which is an important thing to
By
mention.
Mr. Belasco,
Yes,
no?
correct.
So of course
Yes,
you must
sir.
be enjoying the show every night.
Well,
So far.
so far so good, but we kind of hoped that, you know, based on what we were doing and the innovations we were trying to, you know, implement, that he would be pleased with us, or at least in support.
Well, you know, theater is a cyclical and passed down tradition, and so we hope we're living and making work in the tradition of Mr. Belasco.
I remember when I saw the first photo of Darren, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't like process how incredible it looked, the makeup. And I mean, when you walk by these photos, this is really kind of otherworldly.
Well, it's just a testament to the work of our incredible design team.
Yeah.
I mean, from every department, it's like we really wanted to create a world that was unique and its own, with color and light and video and all these things. And I think it's been captured, and you see it here. It's exciting to see.
I would love you to introduce me to the ghost of David Belasco. Can we go in the theater and see if we can find him?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go. I got the keys. Come on in.
Awesome. I actually, when I come see shows here, I look up at this one sometimes, but I never like have really taken in all of this.
Yeah, there are these beautiful paintings throughout the entire theater. So if you're in the Belasco, take a wander around and look up.
So get here, don't just rush in. Get here like a few minutes early and take it all.
Exactly.
Take it all
Take it all in. I assume you're both big fans of this. Like, you both seem like people who really appreciate history and architecture and theater, and I mean, I'm assuming this is like mecca
This
for
is
you.
theater history. I mean, to be in this particular building, which is, you know, rare. I mean, it was built by a director, designer, impresario. So it's kind of unique in that.
Right.
Yeah, but I think it's the thing that's so exciting about all the Broadway theaters. I mean, they're like holy sites almost, you know, they're like a church that's been there for, you know, it's like the things that have happened in that site and the people and the work that's been made. It's always really humbling, I think, in a helpful way.
Can we go in, please?
Let's
You guys
go.
can
Let's
get
do it.
in here, right? You wrote a Tony-nominated show. Here we are. Nobody's here yet. They're preparing the stage.
Yeah.
It's a very magical world, so we're not going to see it until maybe we can see it before we leave.
But I can tell you that our amazing crew, I mean, truly,
Who's
who are
already done a matinee today.
and
Oh, right.
they are working magic and making sure it's safe and checking every nook and cranny.
So since you two have such an incredible long collaboration, how long have you actually known each other and worked together?
Since we were 16 years old. We
Yeah.
were roommates in boarding school, and we started
Boarding school.
doing theater together at Interlochen Arts Academy, and making shows then. So we've been kind of collaborating for a minute.
Yeah.
When we really knew we were bound to be attached to the hip was we were working on a high school production our senior year of She Loves Me, and we decided the props needed.
We hated they were
hated the
terrible, and there weren't enough perfume bottles. You
Props
know,
are important.
Yeah.
And so we broke into our school's theater in the night. You know, some people break in and vandalize or do illicit things.
Get in like
We
repackaged
just
perfume
redid the props.
bottles. Yeah. Just gave it a little, polish, a little burnish, on the.
Oh my God, I love that. That was your level of vandalism.
Well, we were really
Make it
up
better.
for some
Marichek's
reason.
it deserved
Yeah,
better.
we were not. Yeah, I think we got ourselves all worked up about
this will never do.
somehow, and which we continue to do to this day.
You had an amazing other career as a Broadway leading man. You're a beautiful singer.
Thank you.
And so this directing thing is a second act for you.
Yeah.
So was that always like what his main focus was then, or did you always see that he would end up in this kind of role?
I mean, there's nothing that's surprising about this role for him, I will say. But no, I mean, I think, Michael's also a really good actor, everybody.
Yeah.
It's true. I think you're a born leader and you are a visionary, and I think like that is a special skill to like coalesce all these people and ideas around one, and turn it into one shared energy. It's really, really, it's a gift. It's a hard thing. I don't possess that gift, I will say. We have many shared gifts, but that is not one that I have.
And Dane has many gifts that I don't come close to possessing, so it's a good partnership.
So no, that came as no surprise. But yeah, we kind of met like at the time, and it was right because I've always been a designer, and that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
But at the time that when we first really did Spring Awakening together in 2014, or the first one,
Yeah,
14,
something like that.
I think. So we were able to kind of like meet that moment together, and then from there it's been a kind of like,
I can't get rid of him.
I know you can't get rid of me. It's terrible. He's been trying.
So Paul, we want to take you somewhere special that we think is really cool.
Okay.
And we have special permission to do so.
Very
That is
unique feature of this theater.
Yeah, it is called the Elephant Room. So here we are.
Wow.
This is the Elephant Room.
What is this?
So every Broadway theater has a trap room underneath it, right? It's how things come out of the
We're
floor.
under the stage.
We're under the stage.
Yeah.
But usually they're about as deep as where that, railing is up there.
Right.
And this room is especially deep because it was, as our understanding, it was a great hope of David Belasco that Houdini would come here and perform the act in which he made an elephant disappear. And in order to make an elephant disappear, you need an inordinately deep basement. And so here we are, deep below 44th
Built
Street.
for an elephant.
Built for an elephant, which,
Used for,
and in maybe Happy Ending, it's a little hidden here, but used for a very large elevator at the center, which brings a bunch of stuff up and down in the show, and is also able to come above the floor at the end, when Oliver and Claire are.
Just go see it. Go see it.
Go see the show. And that's only possible because, or possible in a relatively simple way because of this amazing deep basement. So.
again, Mr. Belasco
Yeah.
seeing into the future and seeing what we needed to make this show happen.
So I want to talk about some of the other things you're doing.
Awesome.
Because I've actually seen both of the two big projects coming up in different incarnations. It's The Queen of Versailles.
Yep.
It's coming, and then The Lost Boys is becoming a musical. This iconic '80s movie that kind of scared me when I was younger. I think, yeah, a little scary. Two very different projects.
Very different, which is honestly really lucky because we're doing both in the same season, and so it's good that we've got a real yin yang there.
Yeah.
So that means you're competing with yourself.
Always.
Sure. No, but they are kind of wonderfully and totally different from maybe Happy Ending. I mean, Queen of Versailles is kind of unlike anything we've ever
Yeah.
approached. It's an extremely peculiar setup, based on the
So it's
documentary.
based on a documentary about this woman and her husband who built this enormous
The largest home in America.
our building.
The reality of this never-ending build is sort of a metaphor for
Deeply.
the American
Yeah.
dream and problem ultimately. So it's a really fascinating, hysterical, deeply troubling kind of morality tale, and a look at how the American dream can turn into a bottomless, cancerous pit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a
Yeah.
comedy. And then Lost Boys, on the other hand, which is kind of like the exact opposite of that. It's sexy, it's fun, it's young, it's sort of looking at how at a family in crisis and how the sort of lucrative idea of being able to live forever and forget all your problems, how that can look like it might outweigh the love you can have that is around you already. And so it's I guess two morality tales just told in very different skins.
In the process, do you get each other excited about these projects? Is it like text messages, meetings, FaceTimes, dinners,
It's
diners?
all of the above. It's all of the above. I mean, this show, I made Michael come to Tokyo because I was in Tokyo, and I was like, we've got to sit down. And it was for Queen of Versailles too. I said, we've got to sit down. We have to find 2 weeks to design maybe Happy Ending and Queen of Versailles, but I'm going to be in Japan, so you have to come.
And that's
so he was
okay.
like, great, which was awesome actually for both of them, but it was super helpful for maybe Happy Ending to just be immersed in we're in a 50-story glass tower in Tokyo, just being okay, you're catching the vibe, and it was really helpful.
Yeah.
But no, I mean there's sometimes this focus work like that, but it really is a sort of it's almost like it's like a stream of consciousness text chain that no one else could possibly make sense of.
Or voice notes or sketches that we do on our iPhones, or smoke signals. It's every type of communication that is non-stop. It's a marriage.
It's a marriage. I love that. I just realized, I got really excited because I realized a year from now I might be able to one weekend go from your robots to your vampires to Christian Chenoweth in a big gulp. I could do all three.
Now that's a weekend.
That's a marathon. that's a Broadway marathon.
That's what we love. It's
Yeah, it's
why we want to do
amazing.
theater. We want to escape to worlds we've never been.
Yeah.
And hopefully by the end of the night, we realize that these people that we thought were very far away from us might be a lot more like us than we had imagined.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to see.
In the Helperbot Yards.
Welcome to the Helperbot Apartments. We're on the 106th floor. See?
Oh, hi.
Wow. This is incredible.
Yeah. So
This is
Oliver's little
Oliver's
room.
apartment, Darren Chris.
Which is bigger than most New York apartments.
Yeah.
Actually.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's very condensed and specific, right? There's not much space, so it's very just the things. Oliver's world is.
Yeah, as we imagine where this place would be in a scenario that feels increasingly easy to picture, where we have to reconcile with these sentient AI beings and we can't just discard them or recycle them like another kind of electronic. We thought well, clearly it's going to be in the smallest volume of space possible.
Yeah, economy, and which is something that we've talked about too, of the economy of movement, of the actor, and of the space, and of what would give the most claustrophobic feel, to Oliver's world, and then we get to see it expand throughout the night. So, starting here is a really fun thing to do.
And this is just where the design starts. It goes all kinds of places. I love it so much.
It's a journey.
And what's amazing about it is it's a tech marvel, but it is done by an incredible group of human beings.
Yeah.
It takes a true army, village, family to make this thing happen, and it's magical.
Yeah, we did build a machine to make this show possible, but the machine is equal part robot and human. That it's a really beautiful thing, and one could not exist without the other, and it's sort of beautifully fragile actually, and we love that.
What is Tony Night like for you guys?
It's like an amazing party
night.
of all the people who probably weren't invited to all the parties growing up. So
sure.
It's we get to celebrate the thing we love and that we strive for and celebrate each other. It's the fact that like doing a musical is one of the hardest things like you can do, and the collaboration and the time and the money and the sweat and tears it takes. But you know, and then we get to kind of celebrate each other and show the world what we do and invite them into our world and tell them come to New York to see a Broadway show. It's an amazing night, and you know, we know everyone, and it's such an incredible family. We know everybody in the room. But we get to kind of like just celebrate, like, wow, we did something seemingly impossible.